him to Dododo. If he cannot please Nana, I like the voice. Okay, Mate. Enti Emma, who if you are man kese and Adebaye. Now Ivan, also Ken Foriata and a special envoy. Ghana man penny. While we are signing off from the finance ministry, say in terms of international relations, so international financial affairs, so one could see Ghana now. All diplomatic transactions are a finances one, papa and your pound, and now see in trouble and see.
The camera mentioned Mr. Kumsin.
We share Agyapa. They be about body. Also, they be a social, and they be the same way no more. Right.
China power about you, I'm a 30 about you, my uncle, because we have a Yawajuma to liberate Ghana from the clutches of our tormentors, individuals. My margins are more than a moon be a pet, or my son be. Yes, Ken Foriata. Nana we win him said the financial sector no a thrive on confidence, not trust. Investors our every economy. And the individuals no more interface those your financial economy there or more taking decisions and so no. The kind of confidence, not trust nipa our woman I na who here. This is Ken Foriata. Track record that one level our Ghana has say so far as the economy, the footprints are quite clear. And we don't want to waste time and go through Nema course within our financial space. And then under the solid and the tacit instruction of this gentleman, from Agyapa to PDS to why is involved. And then you come back to amount of money Bosia over the years, Bosia body maka, even America buying crab Bosia. So question is Obobosiana a dear Ben what they we are talking about a country within the space, you are Bobosia over best 600 billion and counting. Oko Euro bond market and so what. I say you ever say we to be cause here Jessica because within the space of 4 years, you Jam and Ebro so and a cacra into ya. Then the average Ghanaian might want to see say, okay, Bosiana ya boy, the A, B, C, D investment at the B and Fasobe Basso. And until I can't say, so what they are bad in a cheat, say, what you admit, say, why, baby. What did them chrome? Sikano Kwaji, on church or the other year, Yabama, a gun and near Wakuma Toyama. There is nothing that he can show you. And this I may say, well, now, but I have a Buno Kuno because who has Sika Waje? Never be a Ghana, says a seer, Nasa the economy, Nasiatia Pansama Ejira when. Na onchiro ade a odisi kana na onya bibim fa nchiro na wo hwe o manya Ghana for na musisia enura na me ka kira Alaska say do you know say for the past 4 months in here national service personnel ISO mutu omoka omonsanka omo akatua omo ya adwuma for 4 good months omonsanka omo akatua painting a picture say the economy is in distress sika bia ni ba bia then yete hwa na Agyapa deal aba Agyapa say ka topic no ho. Agyapa deal nyina ya forget about say oh say they see ba ya Ghana for authority no even though parliament approve there but Ghana for say no deal na air cost no shrouded with whole lot of fraudulent activities we need to pause and review. That is the point I could do here. Emma the special prosecutor then Martina Umidu extensive review corruption risk assessment. Sabe who said deal no ne papa man na say ne city akase go ahead ya say ne besi asi Emma papa de ne report market no for attack kire ne say IPO no person oye no on suspend the answer because niama wa fine within Agyapa deal no ya kase ye go ahead to execute that particular way na emwa Ghana aside or no yenya the AG oye the attorney general then president na appointing na oye adwuma the president on one kasa so here on one kasa an assessment on the deal. I know the conclusion on the buy and they said no the Agyapa deal no sabi niema ewom enko enya papa ya kasa ye roll out wa the interest of Ghana no en cater for but rather a cater for the interest of few people close to power. Ye nim say adibia kwa akwada nano ana public accounts committee invited a mineral income investment fund CEO okono na Agyapa deal kura nka questions na ho because na per auditor general report no submitting more on 2022 no they discovered certain infractions and you when say public account committee you know say you discover infractions and what you have to do is say you invite the individuals involved na ya me answer. So that is the basis of the frame mineral income investment fund CEO na say for say Nema na akoswa related to other financial malfeasances and infractions, they should come and respond. Enti kasa no kosona na Agyapa deal some be PM. Then Papa Nko Biena no say Ghana spended $12 million. The botch Agyapa deal we know. Then I want to committee in any movie. I say, hey, now every hand. And you'll be including members of parliament. Another way, under any civilized democratic dispensation, mention say, if I never could say, Obibe Timidi Nisika bought a mine sikam consolidated fund to a tune of $12 million. Now representative parliament anywhere. Just tell me. And they tell you, say, your friend is saying, pray incorporation expenses. And $12 million, you know. I don't know, IPO na quite listed for stock market and as well. Yeah, no. But pre-incorporation expenses. And cost $12 million. And no catch all, omo hindan or Ghana. Omo hindan our London. Omo for consultant as to who and who. And I consultant to be seen there. Parliament obi and Yengeji law firm. Law firm no. Aba say your friend is saying African partners wine or no one can say here. Ne law firm. Individual sa. Omo nyina agi omo cat this particular deal. It which means say adia no say ye kuku ama ye ho without the involvement of even actors. Papa na obatena mineral investment ye friend CEO. Do you know the most interesting thing? Sir Agyapa deal we fall squarely under his purview. Because it's about investment. It's about minerals. But Papa no okwatena committee na ni he couldn't provide a single fixture as to how $12 million because I say he was not informed, he was not involved. And the church say this whole Agyapa deal no ye kuku no the Flagstaff house. President and a few people around them. And they decided say okay, so I didn't go through cry mocha because we need to make sure say individuals. And according to your friends say reporter bachelor say consultants na omobo mudino are people who are very close to Kenoforiata and the President Akufo-Addo. They are the very people they engage. In the coming days, it will come out over TV. Consultants na omokas omo engage you omo na se are people who are very close to these same people. The firm na are responsible senka they acquire by nyina or you involved no, they were not engaged. So you come back to ask yourself say, everybody saying a deal aba Parliament at Agyapa, and I remember said that day the minority stage walked out, and the majority approved that particular deal no go through. Then I had a special prosecutor acquire corruption risk assessment, and then certain funny justification. We say a special prosecutor corruption risk assessment. It doesn't mean that corruption has occasioned. But what is the essence of engaging him? Because engaging him the mandate, corruption prevention. So corruption risk assessment is one of the ways Obetimia said to say indeed there are traces of corruption in what we are about to do. And you take a step to halt and I say you review the whole thing. Sabaya corruption NC. So the mere fact is why corruption risk assessment and representing the actual fact of corruption or my pre-information going into this particular deal the likelihood say corruption high. So you need to distance yourself and I say do further consultation. Engage stakeholders, have a broader discussion, have a broader consultative way kind of engagement. Sabaya, you bet me remove the element of corruption, every day. But they never listen to anybody upon all the credible factor. Matiami the review, bringing us says, say, a coso Agyapa deal now, and now they say the interest of this country, is being considered a factor. Now, it is the interest of few greedy, misguided guys. Who free sabi, for the president, take advantage of the situation, and then they make money for themselves. And it's exactly what happened. That is why there was this flagrant disregard for the caution given by the special prosecutor and the attorney general herself. So the question is, Yababedu and why the answer for all these things? And I think at this point, I don't know Ghana for person who say, a dear bang, and I involve in the incorporation expenses in Numa, Yababedu a pointer, you spend $12 million. That is the question people want to know. Now, another way, yati hai, parliamentarians are yatu about more. What is involved? The Mineral Income Investment Fund CEO and the workers don't know the expenses no baby e call ya how much more me no yete ha. It means aban no move me no, they don't respect the ordinary Ghanaian. But sadly na air cost, it is the interest of the people of Ghana and at stake. Whatever it is, just let them be in the know. Let them know what is happening. Yeah, you say. But do now you see a cancel because I ready with corruptions. Then as a for if we come back to tell the people, say, you spend $12 million, what rational justification in terms of finances and as for now, bet me because $12 million and I can was them no. You can about 130 million Ghana cedis. And we are talking about a contract, the same period, Kolebu Renal department was shut down because we didn't have money to pay for that particular thing. And the amount for more kidney disease or more chroma, now omu wuti some koko, Kolebu because you're close to. And the reason is or mine nisika obe pay for that particular thing. But we had money to pay for these firms. We are close to power because I deal about yencheni. Now yent me nesika and from tia Kolebu. Sir, your friends are right now we know machines, dialysis machines in the phone, but break it down. We need to replace them, and we have enough money to do these things. Say, say, national service personnel, Juma, to Akatia cry into your mocha. NAPCO personnel, no, almost send a cocoa see. So clearly, I give you a picture of somebody who is so insensitive to the plight the ordinary Ghanaian is going through. Somebody who is so clueless, and he doesn't care about the ordinary Ghanaian. Your boss, your family, you be making money and then we go away. Whatever happens to the ordinary Ghanaian, we don't care. And that has been the attitude from the one basin. So that is the kind of government I demand. And the same thing played out with the PDS deal. And Rana Mekano has said that is the same thing that played out. So what went on in the PDS deal? The amount of money we lost, $190 million, the same Abusian Foya and constitute to form PDS. Because US fire show us on 190 million. And this is Sikana Beba through private partnership. For there. And the young say a private defense firm, no. Now young represent a company in Philippines. Oh, Kroma say, na young shares in a Maya home. Na se Sikana buy a chadi. The same thing a Ghana for sorry a kaka. And the Agyapa a woha. Sa deals no qua. Ghana for sorry now binding in crow from Quanjitum say a okay. And why is it that Menewo? Any civil society organizations, any people in academia, even some clergymen and as for are able to raise red flags in deals like this, but Parliament will let it go through. So ask yourself, so what is the kind of scrutiny our Parliament? Because it is coming from the majority, our majority, young passing man without any proper scrutiny. A barbon thing. That's a public not able to raise red flags because Agyapa deal no go through Parliament and a majority and the deal go through Parliament we should assume that it's flawless because these are representative of the people. Most of them are lawyers who have read through the document and they know the interest of Ghana in that particular deal is catered for. So after that, that document is given to the special prosecutor. Because I am telling you on authority, say, Parliament approve here and sign a special prosecutor corruption review assessment. So ask yourself, a bunch of lawyers sitting in Parliament, review Niama, you see a Agyapa pass it a now one person, a special prosecutor office, will pick that document and provide us litany of infractions. Litany of infractions and irregularities in that particular law. Saying Parliament in losing the essence because mere partisan individuals no moto enyeso mu nima ade o they know but brona dwemone ne politics into no yakwa yentenase because abra minority no raising red flags say omom pene because Agyapa deal no enkoso no. You see, we have consensus democracy. So you engage them, okay, more raising concern. How do we meet each other in a halfway? Say be making sure say some of the allegations are more raising you be free then the minority worked out and then the majority approved it. So I'm asking myself, say, if this whole majority group of people who are lawyers and then as for can assent to this particular thing, now special prosecutor that same document. Now I mind that litany of infractions now. Then it just say Parliament is not serving its purpose, core purpose. Then the Attorney General, government in appointing Sophia Akufu. And don't forget, Agyapa deal with Agyapa no man the same Agyapa because she did the same thing. Because say a buying go into agreement transactions like this, you need the opinion of the Attorney General. And the piece now, Otroba Bontena, yes, will be the leaky, and Kwaya Kufado that because I don't know, or in a bushing for a benefit, okay, you're supposed to shut up. But what me, I know, and I watch review extensive, and a movie and a more leak in my public in any way. So she became a target. At the end of the day, she was hounded out. That was why, till date, one thing in Cabin there. So this is a semi can say, Nana way, and Yabako, and Yamienu, and Yamiensa. Instances of corruption are a year. In this particular manner, no, time. And we are talking about a country the same kind of way, and mortgaging every single Agyapa yawo. Do you know, sir? Even district assembly common fund, the crown, it is come. Assembly with the capacity, say, mortgaging or more taxes from town. My parent, this assembly is no more taxes, and then you say you outsource that particular tax collection, to a private company. That private company, no, or one at the buy. This assembly common fund, no, see what gut fund is comes to see a manoka saying. Esla PLC. We all saw the resistance at FAC, Abrana, or mother, we no ba. And then Esla, whatever, yet a quasi come up with Nema, and the end of the day, no, yet the Nema, a war, my no meaning, CC, a come, and I had a quasi loan, and then we are suffering. And so what to near, there is absolutely nothing. Obet me, so I can say, oh, I had any ordinary Ghanaian consistently, no, so far no more so far. And some Mamona Yebuna, some fason saying, I see Capana say, that is why I'm insisting, say, sir, I do we are babonting in one accord. We need to rise above partisan interest in whatever. Now you're making sure, say, baby, I dear be I come. How yes spending sika $12 million in this particular thing no omo mechire Ghana for obia adwemu nya na fine because yentimi brushing aside just like that said there yeah PDS you lose $190 million the same company budget Ghana for taxes for a period of about whatever you jan hokoye no we cannot continue that same trajectory
but not under this regime. This government, do you expect them to
I know they will not. But we the citizens, you know, must force them. Even I think say in the future we have that opportunity to do that, because we cannot sit aloof, fold our arms and watch them destroy this particular country in the manner they are doing. Because all they care about, you know, all they care for is their personal interest. Sabi, because special purpose vehicle, some of these transactional we are involved in family members of the president. About the public will agitate, they will make sure that they navigate their way through parliament because they will get parliament to approve. And then at the end of the day, a scandal hanging on the head of Ghana for, and there seems to be no way out. Nina et missy because yentimi establish a conventional deterrence asabi obi engaging in corruption. Yet the chini panaso because my culture say human institution emuna yewo corruption opa ye den ebesi but anamontu obetu aso man a wudi sisa ne mana no kwan no en na be kire say indeed o man na serious and say onye serious bisa me na me culture say for the past way Akufo-Addo buy your promise say or the announced principle then as for be boama ya fight corruption set up the special prosecutor and as for no and then fruit be na be
aso chi obi afane bra le be dia dance
do you have the resources to go and do private investigation? Now, evidence. What in a decent democracy, what you do as a media or as a OB, you raise the red flags. Because the state has the resources, everything to go into to investigate. Sometimes, you may not deploy all your resources. That is why we have preliminary stages of investigation to establish merit or the otherwise. And do come kakrabina who say, I say we are okay, just politics so you don't spend much. But states in it, that is why people tell you that democracy is expensive. Whenever there are red flags, you go in, you don't tell citizens Rina the obedikura onyan say uncover evidence. Now I buy out to also. So you are supposed to expend the resources of the country into investigating some of these sensitive issues. Now, ebano, sabaya betimia protected. Now, obi oya culpable no. You punish the person as such. Sabaya serve as a deterrent to the others. But we have not been able to establish that conventional deterrence. A open gate, floodgate, yabiye, obi ya di ope. Now, if the family members of the president are stealing, they are engaging in a whole sort of shady transactions in the name of Ghana. Now, at the end of the day, they are not being punished. Obi otinchan ya oye we na back punish no yɛte na abrate bi di adoma ho contract so no boni don komi grind na oton ma ono ankasa na ho akosi sɛn yɛse yɛm freezing account no yɛni ba yɛ ho so no watwe ne sika nyina afiri mansa na yɛ freeze account no. This is Ghana for you. Besi no da so tifie, and there are several instances individuals are involved in corruption besi ne yenya closure. So if abani are really serious say or boy ama yate corruption so I am not sure say nkai na ha na yegina but amamuo no e mase ye ba bebu o man e sika pe na individuals bi ba ye say ye use o man no e de be pesika. Governance, no politics, no leadership, please just conduit to siphon money to private pockets. And that is exactly what they are doing. And I think, say, Ghana, for you, better a point, me say, there is new wave of thinking that is emerging among some of the youth. And there is this consensus, I ever say. We are agreeing on a point, irrespective of whether you be across the political divide. You may be MPP, you may be the NDC. But you, we need to agree that there are certain things we need to prioritize. And I may say, talent in a youth no how I bet him yes baby I must say yet me maximize obi potential no be yet me best certain fruit economically and na ye establish that conventional deterrence asabi obi di nsa ball man sika ma obehu say nsunsan so baby na ema ye say o man ne ebinum de enti egu ayemfa ha because baby ebedu sa na Ghana akwakoye nipa bebre ate o ho gina nchen folding their arms expecting that the government will do magic because obu free say buy na ba beje o man na odidi nsem hunu. But I have told you say go back to South Korea abra mo kokko as somewhere 93 or thereabout exact date na me refi they own IMF and they needed to settle IMF no money sika public need a delights go krom they all gold no akofa aba they all silver no akofa aba they all diamond no akofa aba they all ni sika da no akofa aba. People were donating to the South Korean government to go and pay the debt because the people felt to say leadership aye the obeye bia. They were very honest, they were good, they decided to do good to help, but nema na agin samu, so they decided say yebeboa. But can we say same about our situation? Can the Foreta come and tell you say let us share the burden? Why never share burden when you are the only person enjoying? The president will tell you,
but he's imposing it.
Yes.
Now he's not voluntarily share, but he is imposing it.
Yes.
Through taxes. So we are paying on the duress. I mean,
And
we are being
the,
forced
yes,
to do
and
it.
the president will tell you, yes, you tighten your bed. Akufo-Addo na bet to crowd mobi. But he's telling you to tighten your belt when the president is wearing no belt. So at the end of the day, you know, citizens have gotten to a point that omuhu mind say yemkrofo there and omode ya de omope. But we need to rescue this country from their hands. They have become our tormentors. Selling Ghana's today, selling the future, mortgaging everything in the name of Ghana. So by the time they go away, you know, there will be nothing left in the name of Ghana to be proud of. And that is exactly what they are doing. Wrecking the very economic foundations of this country. So at the end of the day, you know, you're tenacity in the politics, or NDC and MPP politics. By the time we realize, you know, me say, these people, on my mind way, you see, very often you hear this NDC MPP comparison. Me say, NDC and MPP since 92, the expectations of Ghanaians, you know, there are still more to be done. But you see, when you're doing comparison, don't compare this group of people to the previous MPP and the NDC you've seen. Because these are a bunch of criminals. You have hijacked political party MPP. Now, no, make sure say, Nanado go at some Obas. Obas, what they are hang, Obibeje. Now, or the business. Bass, no, I am people will be behind, so, may they quite tamale. Aqua sorry for not knowing says how the bass no could be on Chamba Tongue or North, Accra. So these people have hijacked the political party MPP in the name of partisan politics, and they are using it to do their shady businesses. That is why even core members of the MPP have even resigned from the party. Now, why MPP didn't watch Ireland? Now Hininto was a former general secretary of the party. Yes. He has left. And several key individuals within the party have all left because they think that the political party Kufuor led them. That is not the political party. This is a criminal organization that have hijacked a party and family and a lady. And to them, this politics is purely transactional. It's purely transactional. It's about money, making money, venture, and no more there. And at the end of the day, no, they will put a target at your back. Look at the way a man Agyapa so hound a man for out. Now no Kufuor come and tell us, oh, you're reshuffle. Who cares about your reshuffle? Because at the time we needed it the most, we spoke wisdom to the president, but he was never amenable to wisdom. And say, "Munu no keka." Abra na Ghana for here the reshuffle. Abra MPP political party, your friends, the caucus in parliament were calling on the president. Said trust and confidence in Kenuforiata are waning considerably, and then there was the need to bring somebody fresh on board, you know. And then some no catch it. Yeah, Anna, na yanso who can be media for nene other people I cannot. Abra na bass and aircon. No, he said we are either jobless or we belong to the opposition. That was a reckless comment from a sitting president. He told us, either you are jobless or you belong to the opposition. Or Tenase, I sure Ghana for say ministers no more bought a fotabrano. He told us that they were performing good in his eyes. Today, this is Ghana for you. We've gone out there to tell our external creditors we cannot service our debt. We've come home to tell people who have invested their private money into the economy, say no, we are doing domestic debt restructuring, and as a result, you know, a bind or car postpone it. That is the signature these people have left. So you go back and ask the president, say, a different performance as 7 and now cano. Is it chrono performance? And because in terms of the figures, the numbers, the statistics, the indicators, everything on the economy, you know, doesn't point to an economy that is doing well. But that is the picture the president was painting. So you come back to the few minutes after. Now, the economy is doing well. Will anybody take it serious? Last week, I was on Joy FM, and the question was, your friend is saying, 10 months now, is it enough for say a changes in our president and everything? Let me say, oh yeah, now you only be tackling yourself, or maybe you are just engaging in political masturbation. Because any masturbation, 6 months, you know, and I said 10 months, and then I would have. Because we are talking about the damage that has been done in 7 good years. You think you can use 10 months? This thing is not even up to 10 months. Because in electioneering year like this, you know, you do October could be our ministry near to move a campaign. And you see, criteria or the year that particular changes, it's not even based on merit. It's not even based on merit. It is based on the fact, say, certain individuals, we need to hand them out. Let me take you to Cecilia Dapa Ministry. Do you know the interesting thing that happened?
The sanitation ministry.
Yes. Okay, when you didn't buy.
Mame Seriam.
And your friend is saying, lady, we are your friends at Tano, we are more pointing is 6 months in the year.
Frida Prempe.
Frida Prempe. Okay, you call Lusu the seat in the year, not watching it. Oko boy, now he was a minister. Oko, we know Lusu, you know, and the unit touching it. So I am. Me send the signal be am say and na okọ primaries no okọ we na the likelihood of saying parliament no you sign the number BM. So Akufo other appointment now here no, it's not based on merit, it's not based on any credit. It is about how party no fortunes in terms of vote you be secure, and that's exactly what he's doing. So if you are smart, you observe all these things. So obit in China now you think that Akufo is doing something engineering that is meant to bring efficiency to the hub of power or governance. You're only tickling yourself because the guy has no idea, he has no plans, he has no vision. Obe put Ghana in a competitive pedestal as individuals within the country, you know, a certain competitive advantage. You bet him the ABB or no, making sure that the family will live well because or no, say obe pillar. I individuals are more bokrono when I'm mumu or no mukrono. Because how do you justify it? Another way. In a civilized democracy, Minister of State, $8 million, $1 million. Achichiribu dukum, achichiribu pam, achichiribu nempase. Now you have a certain president defending such nasty thing. The last time I was telling you, so somebody went to UK or $10,000 them. Now come for Beviano. And the police for buy a take statement. He told the police he has $10,000 in his room. I said the police officer was candid enough to tell him that Charlie, you better exclude the $10,000 from our account, you know, because so what catch almost over handshare. Oba UK few months in here, quite faster when you $10,000, you know, Obianka so kuya. But you go through hell to explain how you got that money. And do pay free. This is $10,000.
Okay.
We are talking about a sitting minister with $100,000, $1 million and more, them, and you have people throwing out certain silly rationalizations nisika and what fan the woo and I said become for not chikura winner ye born inside $1 million. We need to be very serious. Now you're making sure say a bino I institute proper mechanism checks in place. I able to me that checking issues of corruption. Cause ya nyane sa ya bayani say ya 92 basin ne. You didn't realize the kind of gains. Still, the youth of Ghana are hopeless. People are still traveling through desert to go to your friends saying Libya. Yes, sitting on balloon just to get to Europe. When we have all the resources and that's for her, the only thing we have to do is to make it well. Okay. Now we need lithium. Maybe we are lithium deal, no? Yeah, but tena haka say yeah mistakes in the past. Gold yeah da kwache, diamond yeah da kwache, manganese yeah da kwache. This lithium is the new gold. The new gold aba. So yenye ni yesebe ya sebi. Mekacha say last year Argentina, Bolivia, they all discovered lithium in large quantity. Do you know what they did? They set up local companies responsible for extraction and then production then as a form. And then they went into partnership with other defense firms. They know that they have the technological know-how. Or I'm develop a plant and then as a for you do now yeah agree what I say no. It was in it a company no a pa. That's what person set a plant or and therefore so it's not compulsory. Yeah. So the company can decide that on and some the government will have option to say or the commobia and now say on farm will be clearly it shows they have no intention of setting up any plant here. So I know the day and consider bang and they bet me a ton your dachi and their mom for just to satisfy today's greed. 2.3 and consider bang and nipa ya kana say me nipa ketuo ya ka panyina sabi wanyini and mfie kwa dimu oba or campaigning on anti-corruption rhetorics, giving Ghanaians assurances. Not little did we know, sir, even maiden edition of a speech, you class on Korea. I'm a big have a king Ghana for.
I saw paraphrasing.
Paraphrasing wine. Paraphrasing wine. All kind of paraphrasing and can yes. In academia, when you paraphrase somebody, you give credit to the person. Original be citizen, the community, then what is or making reference to be. This is a guy. What promises screaming to be president for over 30 years. Wabano, you couldn't even look at your people and address them. I said, "Boro, Korea, man for speech, but now, and on the foundation of the presidency, the whole Nigina, Korea speech by country, until the Akanya transaction, a young tongue, don't call me, and a mobile Ghana. So you cannot trust the president, and it's the reason why we are here. That is why we are throwing out a lot of information out there for the young people. Say, young trans process, and you who say. Politics na no elections have consequences enye joke sa obi abegina ba keka nsem hunu bi a kire no agina so to abama na e wodache e na wode ko kendo for that na se for say omobusuafo omo be page omo to a level a kiranko ne kasa so papa amobra babra na ne papa boy na eye krono no omo abo no omo de ayeye because their forefathers did the same thing na not take because na baby oka nsem hunu kire amanfo say omo ne forefathers de omo ko school papa because they had access to state money. They sponsored them. And now Ghana, the trajectory that has always been like that.
So the course on your domestic politics.
Or China Mabeba Abakacha one mobra one school papa. Now Omuko drew UK are those fake accent and then as for Bejana Kikagu. So the Ghana can be named say Obitimico secondary school every year our Ghana. Who is a form tongue complete even at SS level. Yes. Now or secondary school we Ghana or Bridge or Salines. Joke. And these are people we put at a sensitive position. People with inferiority complex. They don't even believe in themselves. Because for you to be doing that, it means that you don't even believe in yourself. You need to speak. You need to borrow somebody's accent in order to be. You feel you are better. You are not even proud of yourself. Okay. And I think that we need to be very serious in this country.
Right. Okay. Mame, I know I say. Ora Iva it was at Ora Kusen for become one sana my messages so yeah